Hey everybody, welcome back to Bandhouse Recordings. Today I really want to talk to you about synthesizers in the context of acoustic instruments. When I was mixing the other day, I found that I was really having trouble getting the synthesizers and the instruments recorded by microphones, maybe acoustic instruments isn't quite the right word, but things recorded with a traditional mic versus the synthesizers and getting them to feel like they were sitting in the same place. So, when you're doing electronic music and everything has all gone through a DI, it all has that like right up front in your face kind of instantaneous, punch to it. Whereas things recorded with a microphone, even if they do sound huge, there's still a little bit of a time delay between that microphone and whatever you're recording, and that's kind of what gives it a sense of space and a sense of character. Even if it's a close mic right on the grill cloth of a guitar, you're still getting a little bit, or guitar amp, you're still getting a little bit of response from that. So what I've been doing, and maybe a lot of you do this already, is rather than try to EQ everything to sound as huge as the synthesizers, I was finding that to be a pretty impossible task, so I was just throwing an IR right on the synth and then either just freezing that or printing it or whatever, so you don't have to worry about it anymore, and then go ahead and then continue on with mixing, and it's making it so much easier. Now by IR, that's an impulse response. If you don't know about that, we're doing a little series on those soon. If not, check it out on YouTube. There's tons and tons of resources on how to use IRs and what they are. These IRs in particular were guitar cab IRs. What I'd like to do is try and figure out how to create a microphone IR. I know that's kind of sort of how they do it for some, some of those modeling microphones. I'm not so much interested in that as I am just getting that overlay of what it would sound like to have a microphone on there. What I'm using right now are guitar speaker impulses on my instruments because I'm trying to blend a synth with a guitar and get them to sit together. And that's seeming to work really well. They're all sitting in the same space together, and it makes it that much easier to mix. I'm not trying to get a distortion tone or an amp sound or, a different EQ necessarily. I just want to put the speaker on and then continue with my regular synth mixing process. So if any of you have tried that, definitely comment down below. Let us know how that worked for you. If you have any suggestions, this is kind of a little new thing for me that I was just trying rather than doing lots and lots of EQ and compression and reverb and everything to get the synth to make sense. Just throwing that IR on there and then continuing from there, and it's seeming to have a lot of fun results, and I can change the space it's in. It might seem pretty straightforward, but I'm doing a lot more work with instruments like drums, bass, guitar, vocals, plus a synthesizer, rather than just having synths in an electronic context. So I'm trying to work on new ways, like we all are, to get things to sound good together, and it seems to be working really well. Thanks so much. We'll catch you all later, and have a good one. Bye-bye.